Diane, I'm listening to a podcast, Black Lodge Trivia Night. I've never heard so many game aspirations in my life. Welcome back to Black Lodge Trivia Night. Once again, I'm Art. We're doing some more solo Call of Cthulhu. Alone Against the Dark, Defying the Triumph of the Ice. I'm hoping, I enjoy these, but a lot of why I do this is also to help bridge gaps when not everybody can make it. One time Patrick did Starforge. We do things like this on the side to, try and keep the momentum going. So, we're back, Call of Cthulhu. And if you remember last time, we had our current protagonist, Ernest Holt. I'll bring up his image, if I can figure out where it is. It's down here, Ernest Holt. He is who we're currently running through the adventure with. He got to Egypt. He teamed up with Jahark, who is a professor, I think, from the University of Cairo. And he also has a translator from, I don't know if it's the library. Somehow he got a translator. Let me see. I think I wrote it down. Cairo University translator. Okay, so I have a translator as well. So it gives me a little boost to Latin. And if you remember last time, we hit a point where it was a little bit of a shorter session because we got to this entry here, entry 382, how to explore the pyramid. Now that you've found the right entrance, use the pyramid puzzle and the pyramid outline, print or copy pages 91, 92, cut out the 16 individual triangles, which contain images and letters, arrange the pieces so that their identification letters are in alphabetical order. Do not cut apart the blank triangles that are arranged in the shape of a larger triangle. That's the map. So I was saying, I don't know how to do it. And so here's something that's a little tricky. I don't know if it matters. It's not, you're going to have to do, I think, a little bit of work to get, let me see, the pyramid puzzle here. I don't know if you can just print this. You're going to have to do something where you screen grab it. I don't know if they give you the PDF when you buy this. So you're going to have to do a little bit of a workaround to get it to go. So you could make it big, then you could screen grab it, then you can cut it out. Again, it's not a one-for-one owning it like a PDF or, a physical book. But I don't know what let me actually see what they say in the book. Is it just photocopy this page, or I'm looking at the book right here. I guess they would just have you photocopy the page. Might be best to get it as a PDF. Anyway, and so I was talking about I don't know how to do this in Fantasy Grounds. I don't know how many people actually watch these, but if you know how to do what I'm about to do in Fantasy Grounds, I would love, leave a comment, or if you're in the Discord, tell me how to do it. Whatever it is, I would really love to learn how to do it, but I'll show you what I did. I contemplated getting a second overhead camera, switching, I would have to use a different mic, getting too complicated, doing it downstairs. Without my sexy lighting. But what I decided to do is what I was saying last time, I know how to do it in Foundry. So we're in Foundry. And what I did was, I want to go here, go there. Here we go. We've got our map. This is just imported as a tile. And then I have my usual trick. I probably could have imported them as tiles, but what I did was I created characters for each of the puzzle pieces that I can just drag on, drop in. And so we're going to figure it out that way. Again, I would have honestly loved to have learned how to do this in Fantasy Grounds. I just didn't do it. But while we're here, let me just show you a little bit of the Foundry Call of Cthulhu setup. It's really good. It's you can download the rule set for free, but the difference is there's no official content for it. So what you have to do, well, here, I'll show you. I made a little test character to get an idea what that looks like. It's very similar. If you want to roll a stat, say a dodge, you get a little thing. Is it a opposed roll, a combined roll? Are you getting help? How many bonus dice are you getting? Which direction? It's very, very functional. Combat, you can target somebody, or if you don't, just proceed anyway, If you want to roll strength again, it just brings it right up. Give yourself 1 bonus die. Showing you the bonus die is a different thing if you use Dice So Nice, which is the 3D dice module that I'm using. The other thing it has that I thought was pretty cool, you can choose which, let me go over here. If you go to configure settings, you can go to Call of Cthulhu. You can choose some variant rules, like do you want to change how initiative's handled? Do you want to use pulp? If you do use pulp, do you want to customize which ones you use? Common house rule. In case of a tie during an opposed roll, winner is determined by the highest rolled value, not the higher skill. I actually would use that in a heartbeat. That's how Mithras handles things. Sometimes it'll be whoever rolls lowest, which I don't think makes any sense because that doesn't favor the person with the better skill. I like the idea of favoring the person with the better skill in a case of a tie. So, I would check that myself. But otherwise, let me show you one of the things they do is they have an importer. So I think there's a website you can use to create Call of Cthulhu characters. And I wish I can remember. What it's called. If I remember to link it in the show notes, I will. But I think that can import from there. Oh, I guess NPCs as well, if there's an NPC generator. Oh, the Dole's, that's what it is. The Dole's House, right there. So that's a very popular website. You can use that to import. Or you can just do a wizard, and you can go through the steps, allow players without actor, whatever. Sure, 1920s setup example, whatever. Now, when I say there's no official content, here's part of what I mean. You currently have 1 occupation. The system comes with a default occupation with a COC ID set. You can add more occupations with a valid COC ID values using the header on. So basically what it's saying in short is that if you want to add more stuff, you got to make them. It comes with an example of a street vendor. But you have to, if you want more, you got to do it yourself. It looks like it's an item. You create an item, go to an occupation. And so a lot of times when I say like I'm prepping something in Foundry, this is sometimes what it is. It's creating it's translating all the content from the book into something that's usable for Foundry, because often that's not done for you because a lot of stuff still might not be official. I would love for this to become official, but it's not yet. So, you can just do this. You roll, start assigning, your stuff to where you want it. What do we got? We got something high for education. 40. I'll make myself ugly. Make myself small. A little jacked. What do we got left? Dexterity. A little nimble. A little lower on power. Roll your luck. Age. Whatever. Go to next. See if you get 2 improvement checks for EDU. Got 1. As you see, it's sort of like a skill check. So I bumped it from a 65 to 66. You can sort of tweak this, get extra characteristic points. Now, I don't know why this is automatically reduced by 5. It might be because I'm a street urchin kind of guy. I don't think I want to do that. Anyway, so you would, actually, let's drop this a little. So you got this. So, and then select your occupation again. There's only 1 at the moment. Drops in 6 following skills, but then you can choose one of the others, then one of the others, fast talk, sleight of hand. You don't get to add any of these. Go next. And then much like, you saw in Fantasy Grounds, you have 160 points of personal interest points, 130 left of this. So you just start, spending. What do we got? We got 80 points left. Drive, auto. Let's just make myself most badass driver and all of whatever. Spend your, make myself a super good brawler for no reason. What do we got left? 85 points. You see what I'm doing? Like, it just... Spend 85 there. So now up to 90, we've got 0. Whoops, I spent too much occupational skills. So let's make this 55. So you can see now we've spent our points. You go next, name, test, language, English, residence, New Jersey, birthplace, York City. You can drop your icons in there, drop in your details, and then you're good to go. So you can see, much like Fantasy Grounds, it does have a way to either, bring in something from the Dole's House template, which is a really robust character creator on the web. The template, the generator within the game works very quickly. But yeah, I just wanted to show you, a little bit that, it's a pretty, robust core rule set. It just doesn't have the official support to allow you, imagine copying all of these entries in, just copy, paste, create link, copy, paste, create link. It would take forever. And so that's honestly kind of why I was actually excited to have a reason to pull Fantasy Grounds out. I appreciate all that work that's been done. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and continue, but instead of doing the map in Fantasy Grounds, because I never figured it out, we're going to be doing the map in Foundry, because that's how I could do it. So let's go back to Fantasy Grounds. Like I said, it's I think we were trying to get out there early in the morning, so it's about 11 a.m. That's not bad. On what date? October 2nd. Perfect. And again, let's get this one up. I don't know if I need these other ones. Or do I? Probably don't need that. I don't think we need this, because I think we figured out... Oh, wait. If this is the first side, yes, plus 20. Did I jot down what my bonus would be? Let me check that. Map a pyramid gives bonus die for checks to find opening pyramid east side. I don't know if I need that. I'm going to hold on to that one for now. What's this one? Yeah, we didn't do that. Okay, so, putting it to a mess. Let me pop this out for a minute. Probably don't need the picture. I'm going to put that away for now, just because I'm going to need some desk space, some desktop space here. Okay. So, detour aside, let's get back to it. Every time you enter a new section, you will be told which triangle, as shown by the letter, to take. Okay, so we've got that. You'll be creating a cross-section of previously unknown portions of the Tell-el-Amarna period. Now take section K and place it with the arrow up on space 4 of the pyramid outline. So we're going to be going, it says right here, this is the start. We're going to take letter K. We're going to drop it in. There you go. Again, what I did was I made each of these, if you open them up, it's a character. And then I made their prototype token the piece. And then I just sort of tried to scale it up to the right amount. I found that 4.5 was about right. I didn't need it to be perfect, but yeah. The nice thing is if I needed to, I could rotate it. That's one of the nice things about using it as a character token. So we've got K there, so we're going to start there. Still slightly getting over my... I'm going to basically have this cough for the next 3 months. Okay. From the entrance, you gaze into a narrow corridor which slants steeply down. A strange odor greets you. To To identify it, make a history roll. If successful, go to 377. If you have no light source with you, total darkness is ahead. We're gonna, I think I specifically said like I went to a store and let's just assume I outfitted myself for a trip. So let's say like some kind of lantern was in that mix. So we're going to make a history roll. Now there's a couple of us. There's two ways to do this. I think the correct way is you do like an assisted roll, which I think gets you a bonus die. Because I was gonna say I guess I could just have everybody try to check the odor, but I think the idea is you're supposed to do I think you're supposed to do like an assisted roll, but I'm trying to, like, I got my books here. This is the Keeper's Guide. I don't know if this is, if it would be in here. I think it'd be in the Investigate. Let me flip it open really quickly. Just see if it's table of index, other useful information, occupation list, roles. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna. I think everybody would just be like, so I'm just gonna go with that. So it's a history roll for odors. Let me go back and just double check that. Yeah, history roll. Okay, so let me start with this person, Ernest. History, I don't think is no. Oops, click the name. I need to click the number. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting that. But let's see if Jahark has any history. I feel like he would, but maybe not. Maybe he's more of a, oh no, history 90. Okay. So Jahark rolls a 7. And the poor university TA is probably like, I did not sign up for this, but let's go risk my life. Or maybe they'd be excited. Getting sort of like field experience that you would never get as an undergrad. Okay. If successful, go to 377. It's the smell of chemicals used for mummification. Return to 382. Okay, so we can sort of smell right away the smell of mummification. At the same time, above the table, I'm trying to think, would that be just something that seeps out of the mummies over time, or is that something that's trying to imply a recent mummification, that the scent would still be there? Okay. You have no light with you, total darkness is ahead. Except for the occasional faint patches of glowing moss, you may return to tell. Okay, pick up supplies left in the car. If you're ready to explore, we're ready to explore. Like I said, we thought ahead. You're in section K. At the end of the slope, you see a shaft down, and across the shaft. Let's bring up the map. You're in section K, and at the end of the slope, you see a shaft down, and across the shaft, stairs leading up. You see what looks like handholds in the wall of the shaft. To take the stairs, go to 332. To climb down the shaft, go to 352. Or you can climb back to the opening. So here we go. So there's the shaft. That's the end of the slope. You see what it looks like. To climb down, take the stairs. Which side? I'm assuming this is the stairs. So I think what I'm looking at is it's not a top-down view like a map. I think we're looking at a side view, like a cut, a slice through. So we've walked down, and so you can see the stairs, or we can drop down. I feel like going straight to like a let's drop down feels a little risky. I think I'd try the more safe bet with the stairs. But there are handholds, they're saying. But let's take the stairs. We're going to go to 332. Climbing up the stairs here. You're in section K at the end of the slope. You see a nope, I just did that one. Oh, this might be a typo. Okay, so entry 399, I think, is what I was told to go to. Oh, no, I'm ready to explore. We're going to go... I'm losing my mind. By the way, you first have to jump over the... Okay, so this is the thing. We have to first jump over the pit. Successfully make a jump roll, or if you fail, lose 1d3 hit points and go to 307. Okay, let's do a jump. I thought I was decent at that. I am not decent at that. So, let's go back. I'm going to do a jump roll. I've got a 20. On my 20, I roll a 1, which is a critical success. So it's just some, like, triple axle shit. You know, stick the landing with a big smile. Gold is on the menu. Yeah, okay. If you successfully make the jump, so we're going to go to 305 because we made the jump. You're in Section K. The stairs go up large steps designed for large beings. I'm seeing drawings of foul creatures decorate the walls, entities with slimy open pustules for eye sockets, and covered in gaping mouths everywhere. In the drawing, they use captive humans for lewd pleasure. And perhaps for something more substantial, your shock requires sanity roll. Lose 0, 1d3 sanity points. Okay, so I think if you pass the sanity roll, you lose 0. If you fail, you lose 1d3. Because I think sometimes, like, you're going to lose some. I think they can have things that are so bad that you're definitely going to lose. But, okay. Let's do a sanity roll here. Do I need to do a sanity roll for... I hope so, actually. Is there a sanity? Yeah. So for Jahark, he's fine. Heh. I don't know how to do the intern. I'll figure something out narratively. If I think something goes bananas, it'll be like in the beginning of Indiana Jones where the guy just takes off and after Indy whips him. Anyway. Or when they see the statues is more what I'm thinking. Anyway. So my sanity, I don't know if it's quite as good. It is, I'm looking here on the character sheet, hit point, sanity, 99, I haven't really, current, 49, yeah, there we go. So I roll an 84, so I'm going to lose 1d3, so I'm going to take 1d6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the normal way, so a 2 is going to be 1 point. Alright, so let's change that to 48. There we go. And we'll say that the intern is a little... taken aback, not freaked out, but just like, oh, okay, unsettled. Okay, so there we go. We've done that. Let's close Jahark out. If you successfully make a spot hidden, go to 349. Okay, so now let's do that. Let's gonna go to skills, spot hidden. I'm okay at that. So working on a 70 for a skill, I get a 74. I'm gonna spend 4 luck if I've got it. So yeah, my luck's going to go from a 13 to a 9. So I succeed. Jahark, what was his spot hidden? 65. Let me see. 69. Okay. Feels cheap to use Jahark's luck to compensate for my failure, so I'm just going to go with how I did it. I think if Jahark had passed, I might have given myself the points back, but... let's see. Go to 349 because we made the successful spot hidden. The sand is disturbed, as though someone or something has been this way before. Return to 305. Okay. Then enter section I. Insert that puzzle piece into the pyramid outline. I assume it goes here. Yeah. So you can see it's not perfect. I think what I can do is if you hold the shift button, it makes it so you don't quite have to line it up with the grid, so to speak. Gives you a little more flexibility in the placement. So like I was saying, like if I do this, it's gonna not quite line it up, but if I hold shift, I can sort of, whoops, while I'm placing it, I can make it a little more precise. I think this is true with just about anything in Foundry. So I can go like that, and it just drops it right where you drop it. So I think, you know, we've made our way up the stairs. Now we're here. Section I. And it's telling us, I'm going to leave it on the map for a second. It's telling us to go to entry 313. So I'm going to open up 313. You're in section I. At a junction, a corridor goes straight and then seems to slope down. Above you, you see stairs heading up. If you take the corridor west, go to 371. If you want to climb the stairs, go to 393. If you want to climb back down, go to 399. So I think what I would do is I would sort of, we're going to finish the job of climbing the stairs. So it's telling us, if you take the corridor west, if you want to climb the stairs, go to 393. So we're going to go to 393. Need to clear up some of these. So what I'm doing is I'm going to keep this one open just because it talks about bonuses. I don't know if we still need them. Yeah, I don't know if this was just to help us get in or if it's more to it than that. So, okay, we don't need that anymore. We climbed up the eastern face. We already did that. This is where we're currently at. What's these? Okay, we found our way. This is the Egypt location table. I'm going to stick that off to the side for now. Okay. So, yeah. We're going to climb the stairs. We're going to go to 393. Back to the map. You're in section A. This, the stairs lead up to a corridor. Let's see. I guess I'm supposed to put A in there. So let me do that. Nope. Do I got the map up? I do. Good. Okay. So we're in section A. Corridor goes straight and then seems to slope down. Above you, the stairs heading up. If you take the corridor west, go to 371. Or we can keep going up. Again, let's see what happens if we get to the top. Oh, sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. You're in section A. The stairs lead up to a corridor heading west and go to 308. Or if you want to check out the slanted shaft, which leads higher still, go to 400. That's what I would like to do. You succeed in a climb roll to reach the top. Okay, let's see how we're doing with that. So now for Ernest Holt, he is not good with the climbing. Let's see how Jahark might be. Climb 40. So what I think I'm going to do is this. Like I said, I sort of outfitted myself to the trip. I'm going to say we had rope. And so I'm going to give myself a bonus die. And Jahark's going to take the lead. Give myself a bonus die. I'm going to do a climb roll. And it's going to get it because there was a... As you can see here, there's an 80, but also a 19. He had a skill of 40, rolled a 19, so we should be all set there. So let's see what's at the top. Let's go back to the pyramid. So yeah, we've successfully managed to get to the top here. Would have been nice. You know what I should have done? I should have made a token. Yeah. I should have made a token of Ernest Holt so I can mark where we are. But right now we're up here at the top of the slope. Succeed in a climb roll, which we did. So we're going to go to 309. So 309 is telling us you're in section A. It's a dead end, and the stone is solid and unmovable. You should give up and slide down. So we're going to go back to 393. So 393 puts us back in section A. You can see the little number there. So 393, you can see the, oops, no. You can see the number like right there, 393. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head west. which is going to send us down to entry 308. So 308 is going to say you're in section A. The corridor ends in a deep shaft. Notches can be seen in the side of the shaft. You can climb down, or you can go to 393. So we can try and climb down, or we can just make our way back. So climbing's not our strong suit. But at some point, you know, it looks like we're going to have to, look, judging from the map, we're going to have to navigate that at some point. So better, this one looks like maybe it's a more shallow one than that other one. So let's give this one a shot. We're going to go to 310. See what happens. You're in section I. Right? So as you can see here, we're back now in 310, section I. Going down, you come to another staircase. Sloping west, go to 323. Going up, you climb to 308. So I think we're going to keep going, which is going to take us to 323. You're in section J, so let's bring J up. Again, I'm going to Control Z that. Just grab this one and shift while I'm dragging. Get a slightly more precise placement. And there we go. So we've managed to get down this little shaft. It doesn't look like we need to necessarily climb. Maybe it's short enough that we're able to, you know, figure it out with our supplies, our tools, our 10-foot pole. And yeah, we get down to the stairs. A shaft with notches leads up to 308. Or you can take the stairs leading down to 394. I think we're going to take the stairs leading down. Now, above the table, we can see we're starting to make some connections, but we haven't done that yet. So let's go to 394. Stairs lead down to another shaft, apparently deeper. A rope may get you down. To try, go to 325, or you can try to jump. Or of course, we can just retreat, but we have rope. Let's go to 325. As you lower yourself slowly down the rope, you pass a mosaic of incredible brutality. Creatures covered with bubbling masses of boils are surrounding and devouring entities that look like headless stalks, which, even in their monstrousness, seem to scream for help. Do you panic and return to 394? Try to get in the corridor? 388, or continue down? Let's see if we can get into the corridor. What does it take to do that? The passage runs through section I to section K. Go to 327. So I, K, 327. So they're putting us over here at the moment. You're in section K. You see a shaft heading down. There are notches in the walls which seem to support you. If you continue, make a climb roll. If successful, go to 329. If failed, go to 333. So again, you know, using rope to help keep each other stable. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a bonus. Jahark's going to take the lead. He's got a 40 skill. Either would have succeeded, so we're able to proceed down this way. We're going to go to 329. So I think basically we've gone down this corridor, sort of clipped the bottom tip of I, and now we're headed here, about to go down. Successful, go to 329. Okay, here we go. You're in section E, so let's bring out E. Let's do a more, E doesn't seem like it would fit. Because it says up. It doesn't line up at all. Did I do the right one? You continue to make a climb roll. If successful, go to 329. Ooh, okay, so this is incorrect. We need an upside down one with 329. So let's look at D. View character artwork. hate spoiling it like this, but I think it's a typo. It needs 3 at the top. It's not I because we've already used that. Could it be N? Doesn't look right. I just don't know how it can be E. There's 329, but it's not going to line up. Unless it's telling us like to put it there. Like somehow these are going to connect. Like that I could see connecting, but we sort of skipped over. You're in section K. 327. Let me just see something really quickly. If you succeed, 320. If you fail, go to 333. Let me see what happens if you fail. Doesn't help out. So somehow we pass through whatever goes here. That's my interpretation. There's yeah, I don't know which one should go there, but it feels like there's a piece that should go there. I don't know if it's D. Let me just bring D in for a quick. Right, this. But I get that they're not. Yeah, see, this is cheating in a way. I get that they're trying not to let you see everything. So we've gone from 327 to 329. I think this is going to be letter D when the time comes, but we'll leave it off for now. Yeah, let's see what it has to say. 329 says you're in section E. You're on a steep slope. You can go down carefully, 443, or you can make a climb roll to get back. So I'm just going to go down carefully. Let's see what it says for 4 to 43. I'm going to keep going. To make it down, make a successful strength roll. Fail and fall to 406. A successful. Okay. Now going back to Ernest Holt's character, I thought was I strong, or was that the last guy who was surprisingly strong? That was Jahark for strength. It's a little stronger. So again, I know this is probably cheap, but because we're helping each other, I'm going to give myself a bonus die. I'm going to have Jahark take the lead. Okay, he's got a 50 strength. The 2 D10s were either 80 or 40, so we're going to take the 40 and make it a 44 for success. This definitely has like early into getting, teaming up in Egypt, exploring, like in the first Indiana Jones movies. Yeah, this is good. And this is what's kind of interesting. Obviously, on the channel, I've played a lot of solo RPGs. I just don't know, like, I love, like, the Oracle method that a lot of these games use because it gives you the chance to bring a lot of wide open ideas to your solo play, but there's something about this that is really unique and that I'm really liking. This sort of very, like, specific dungeon crawl, player aids, bits and pieces, that I've never really experienced in a solo game before. Karen Athalis maybe a little bit, but that felt so random at times that just felt like it added that detail onto a randomness. It's very sort of bespoke in a way that I'm really enjoying. And I feel like it's really unique to, at least for me, the solo RPGs. It makes me wonder, I know like Ironforged has like the Delver and stuff like that, but I've never actually looked at it. But I'm wondering how specific those things can get. I don't know. Anyway, I find this really fascinating. I just wish I knew how to get it all in Fantasy Grounds. I like the idea of doing it all in one place, and I feel like I'm cheating. And as I said, or doing it by hand if I weren't trying to record it would have been fine. But I am trying to record it, so that makes it a little bit slipperier. more slippery. Slipperier. Well, whatever. Okay, so we get the roll. Jahark takes the lead. We help each other out. Fail and go to 406. Success, go to 441. Okay, we're at 441. See what it says. I'm going to close some of these entries out. And I'm going to go back to the map. You're in section M. So I think M is going to be right there. Let's, let's do a little bit more precision. Just to satiate my OCD. Okay, cool. So we've gone from 329 down to 441. A successful jump roll gets you either east to 417 or west to 442. Fail the roll and go to 406. So we're going to either jump across this way, we can jump this way, but if we fail, we're going to fall down to this lower passage in 406. Again, I have no recollection what skills are good or not good. So again, if I were designing this game today, I imagine this could be a dexterity check. I don't think you need a jump skill. I keep saying, like, it's hard. Like, when you have a game that's as classic as Call of Cthulhu, you know, the chances of being able to tear it down to the studs and rebuild it is probably low. But yeah, I think if I were doing it today, I would make that a dex check because you got it. And because, like, look at this, like, I know being good at one is not always necessarily being good at the other, but I feel like, you know, a jump of 40, I'm not sure how that's taking into the account that he's pretty dexterous, decent strength, you know, somehow it doesn't correlate. And I think that's why I would make it just a stat check, and it streamlines it, right? And the only reason why I say that is because, like, there are certain things that, you know, Matt and I talked about this with Vaesen. There's certain things that, like, Vaesen feels really close to being that sort of stripped down to the studs and modernized when you rebuild it kind of system, but there's just things lacking that I would love to see Call of Cthulhu give a shot, you know, because there's always 7th edition. Just want to keep going with the full old school hardcore way. Okay, so we're going to try a jump. Yeah, we're just going to try a jump. I'm trying to think of, like, how helping each other, how we could have equipped ourselves. Well, let's just do a straight jump. Got a skill of 40, he gets a 93. So Jahark goes down. Let's see if Holt makes the jump. The idea is that if somebody gets across, then we'll use ropes to get everybody across. But if nobody gets across, then we're kind of out of luck. So my jump is a 20, so it's even worse. Nope. Gotta... double click the number. I rolled a 52, so we're all gonna fall. Let's see what that tells us. So we have just fallen down to 406. We, you know, take a tumble. Now, it doesn't say to take any damage, so I guess it's not severe enough to incur anything like that, but let's keep going. Go back to the map. 406. You slide down to section M, landing at the west end of a corridor. There seems to be no way back. Make a successful intelligence roll and go to 439. Otherwise, 420. So who's smarter, me or Jahark? Intelligence for Jahark is a 75. Intelligence for Ernest Holt is an 80. I was about to say, I knew I was either smart or educated. Smart. So let's have Ernest Holt do his 80. Rolls a 97. And what is Jahark doing with his intelligence? 75. Rolls an 88. Wow, the smartest minds in the room cannot figure it out. So let's see what happens. Woof. That is brutal. I don't know if you can spend luck points on stat checks. The only reason why I say this is because, you know, Foundry's pretty good about, like, you know, pointing things out. And if you look here in the chat log, it's saying, like, oh, maybe it's just telling me, it says, check 80%, I rolled a 97, fail. But then it's telling me here I can spend 13 of my luck to succeed. So I'm thinking maybe it's saying that because I just don't have the points. Maybe that's the... So you know what actually I'm going to do? I'm going to have Jahark. See if it'll let me spend his luck. Can I turn that from a 60 to a 47? Can. Okay. So we're going to say that we succeeded. Why not? And the only reason why is because I want to see what's up ahead. More than anything. I like seeing what happens next. I'm also worried that I don't want to die because there can be like some game overs. I don't think it would have been a game over, but let's see. 439. The limestone is soft here. With a knife, you can dig handholds and climb up. Make a strength roll. Okay, so now I actually don't feel so bad using Jahark's luck for that because I feel like smart people in a slightly desperate situation might like figure that out without a roll, but okay, so we're gonna try doing a strength roll. Okay, let's see what happens. Strength is not our strong point. I think Jahark's stronger. It's got a 50. He rolls an 18 for a success. So what's happening now, let's go back over here. So we fell down, and now we've managed to realize that there's limestone that we can use to climb our way back up. Make a strength roll. If successful, go to 441. So we did make a strength roll, so we're going to go back to 441. But here's what I'm going to say. Well, maybe not. I was going to say this time we climb here, but maybe that's we climb up the right side to be able to keep going, but that might be too high, so maybe we do have to climb here, so we should be here. So I think we should be able to go west without having to jump, but if we want to keep going east, we're going to have to do a jump roll. That's how I'm going to do it. The entry's telling us it's sort of sending us back and saying make a jump, but I'm going to say we don't need to make the jump because we just climbed up. So let's go west to 442. You're in section O. So let's bring up, I've got the right section. Okay, let's bring up section O. Again, shift. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we've got this staircase here. There are steps and a downward leading shaft. If you climb down the shaft, go to 419. If you jump over the shaft and continue west, go to 224. So we can keep going this way if we make a jump, or we can climb down the shaft. If you climb, let's see, if you climb down the shaft, go to 419. If we try to jump, keep going. Let's try and jump, 224. I'm sure it's going to make us make a roll, and let's see if the damage... Okay, the darkness is terrifying. You stand undecided for a while. You may go west to 415, or go down the shaft for 419. I don't know if that's sort of like trying to tell you, like, got a bad feeling about this kind of thing. So Let's go west of 415. You're in section B. Let's bring section B out. So here we are. We're going to be up here on the hallway. You can go west to section P, or you can go east. I feel like we need to keep going, right? Nope. Hmm. For 23, let's see what's up. You're in section P. The shaft leads down to 426. Across the shaft, which you can leap without risk, you notice a glinting object at 425. The corridor leads east and returns to 415. Which will it be? Well, I feel like this is maybe how Ernest Holt meets his end, but if there's a glinting object over there that I can get to without risk, I'm going to at least explore it, right? Glinting object at 425. Let's head over there. A small silver mirror rests face down in the dust. You pick it up. As you look into it, an image forms. You see myriad tentacles, maws, bizarre organs, the purpose of which you can only guess. You feel utter dread, chill that chills you to the bone. Make a sanity roll and lose either 1d10 or 1d100 sanity points. If you fail the roll, you drop the mirror face down and leap to 423. There, you'll stay while you'll deal with your sanity loss. If you're reduced to 0 sanity, you scream and scream until you eventually black out, and it's the end. If you succeed with sanity, but still go temporarily insane, you automatically jump to 423 and wait until your sanity returns. Now, temporary insanity is a rule. Let me just double check, because I think it's when you take a certain amount of hits to your sanity, it kicks in. Because I feel like this, I don't know if this is something that came up in the game like Scritch Scratch, or if it came up in an AAC Cabal game. 223 is insanity, so let's flip there. Nope, 227. Reality checks, luck rolls, phobias. The investigator sheet has a box for tracking sanity points. Rules state that indefinite insanity is triggered if you're in... Okay, so I think, yeah, if you lose 1/5 of your current sanity points, you go temporarily insane. What is my... So that's interesting because current sanity is 99, but it doesn't tell you... Doesn't quite give you indefinite insanity. Temporary insanity. Okay. So it looks like there's a little check boxes you can do. Yeah, I don't know. Let's, who cares, right? Make a sanity roll and lose. Okay, so current sanity for Ernest is a 48. He rolls a 39. He succeeds, but he's still going to lose a D10 sanity. Going to cost him, whoops, let me show you. It's going to cost him 10. That is tough. That's not 20%. Oh, it is 20%, so it's 39, 38. His 20% is basically 4.8. Oh. Oops. Nope. They'll say it's temporary insanity, whatever. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Let's see what happens to Jahark, though. He's got a pretty high sanity of 80, but he's going to fail with a 96, which means he's going to lose D100 sanity points. He loses 38. That's definitely going to make him go temporarily insane. So sanity's 80, 40, 42. Can I change that? I don't know if it's letting me change it. Oh, that's disappointing. Can I Let me unlock it. Change that. Let me change luck, but let me... Is there anywhere else to track sanity? That's the trick. Make it a 42. Let's lock that back down. Okay. I'm gonna say it's a coin flip for the translator. Total failures. I'm giving him 50 sanity. Let's see. 28. Okay, so he's really freaked out too, the translator. Okay. So let's look at this and see what it says. If you fail the roll, you drop the mirror face down. I think I succeeded. If you succeed with the sanity roll and still go temporarily insane, but if you succeed with the roll and maintain your sanity, I think I'm missing a rule. Let me go back to 223. Let's see. Is it something that's in the Alone Against the Dark? I'm not seeing specifically temporary insanity, but there are some like special rules in the book. Luck points, insanity. In this adventure, only temp and permanent insanity exists. Treat indefinite insanity as temporary. So I think I would have triggered that because I did hit. Let's see. Investigator temporary insane. Okay, so I think what happens is because I triggered indefinite insanity in the book here, it says that becomes temporary insanity. Ignore phobias and mania. Doesn't utilize it. Okay, we're not worried about 0 insanity yet. Out of the game for the rolled amount of time, 1d10 for the number of hours the investigator is out of play. During the time the investigator is huddling in a corner. Okay, so what I'm going to do is... Yeah, we're temporarily insane. So what does that mean? I'm just curious. Fail and permanently lose D10 dex. So this isn't going to happen, but this is what would have happened. If you succeed with the roll and maintain your sanity, make a power roll. Fail and permanently lose 10 dex. For each round in which you hold onto the mirror and fail the power roll, you lose another 10 dex. Just drop the mirror face down where you found it. Succeed with either a no or a no roll or a Cthulhu mythos. You must make a power roll during each round and with a possible loss of dex. Any dex loss is permanent. If you manage to discard the mirror, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, you're doomed to stay here until you are totally paralyzed. In that case, though, your mind remains alert. It is pinned within an immobile prison of its own flesh. You will go insane within this useless husk of a body once you understand your fate. Crouched here, alone in the darkness, you know that is the end. That is brutal. That is so brutal. I love it, but it's brutal. Luckily, we're scared little bitches. So, let's, so we freak out, drop the mirror, and jump over back to 423. Let's go back to 423. I can clear some of these out, I think. That's really, I like that. That's a nice touch. Okay, so the only way to go now is down or go back. Let's see if we can go down. Shaft leads down, 426. Let's try that, 426. You're in section H. Let me go back to the map. So yeah, so we found the mirror here, freaked out, blah, and jumped back over here. Let's see how long it takes us to recover. I think it takes like hours. 1 hour. That's actually not too bad. I'm going to bring up the calendar. I don't know time-wise how long, but we're definitely going to at least eat an hour of time for that recovery. I don't know how long it's supposed to take us to get through the pyramid. Maybe I missed that bit of information of how long each section should take, or is it... Because obviously we're not doing this in 15 minutes. We're not speed running an ancient pyramid. So, let's see. Section H. We need H. Here we go. Bring that on the map. Oops. Interesting. Okay. This chamber appears to be a crypt with small alcoves to hold sarcophagi. The image of the earth is cut into the stone wall with the planet seemingly spinning. Succeed with either a science, astronomy, or geology roll and go to 409. Science, geology, or astronomy? I don't think I have either. Science, just like a general... Yeah, I don't have either. I assume if I had added a science roll... yeah, you would then add the list. You can, so back here, you sort of, if you go to edit the list, you can add a science roll and sort of type it in. So I clearly don't have it. But what about Jahark? I'm relying a lot on Jahark, but that's okay. Science cryptography, science geology. He's got geology, which is, I think, what we need. It's just a terrible skill of 10%. But that's what we got. So we're going to give it a shot. Don't expect anything, but hope for the best. 10% skill. And ooh, it almost was a 7. Rolls an 87. Okay. Nothing there. Let's go back to the map. Okay. 409. We don't do that. We climb back to 423 without difficulty. But first, total the number of hours you spent exploring the pyramid. Round down. And multiply that by 5. Oh, okay. How do we know how much time it takes? It can't be an hour for each pyramid, right? That would be crazy. Let me just check the book really quickly to see if it says somewhere, like on the map fragments. I don't see it on the picture. Maybe it says it somewhere else. Photocopy, print out this page 92. Entry 382 provides complete instructions. Let me go to there really quickly. Maybe I just missed it. How to explore the pyramid. Now that you found the right corner. Okay. Let's see. So the first... Yeah, it's right here. Okay, so... let me go back to... Fantasy Ground. So it says right here, now that you found the right entrance, use the pyramid puzzle. Images, arrange the pieces, do not cut apart. Every time you enter a new section, you'll be told which triangle. Place it. It doesn't... It tells you it'll take an hour to go back and get supplies, but it doesn't tell you how long it takes to explore. Let's see if we go to 399. Yeah, I don't know. We got there at 11 a.m. We definitely lost an hour to temporary insanity. Huh. Don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to tell. I could see it being like, because when you're falling down, climbing ropes, etching with, some of that stuff feels like it could take a long time. So how many have we done? We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've done 10 pyramids. Let's say that, it's been 5 hours, 6 hours total. The +1 is for recovery. And we're gonna, so we'll say 6, multiply by 5, so we got a 30. Oops, I missed. 49. So if it says if you roll equal to or under the number of hours a creature attacks you, we rolled above. We rolled a 49, so we're okay for now. Roll over the total, and you may go to 423 unmolested. Okay. Let's get the map back up. You're in section P of the shaft. Go down. Let's try going down. You're in section H, okay, which we did. This chamber appears to be a crypt with small alcoves to hold sarcophagi. The image there, right? We couldn't do that. Okay, so it looks like there's just nothing down here. So it's sending us back to 423. So 423, we head back to 415. So yeah, so we got here. We couldn't make anything of the image of the earth with the, in the picture. Just looks like sarcophagi and a dead end otherwise. So we're now back to 415, making our way back across. You're in section B, of course, right there. Go west. Nope, we're going to go east to 224. Sort of backpedaling here a little bit. We're at 224, so let's try going down this time. Darkness is terrifying. You stand undecided. You can go west, east, or go down. Go to 419. Okay, let's try going down to 419. So again, we've made it to... Whoops. We've made it to this intersection, and now instead of backtracking, we're going to try and go down. You're in section O, of course. If you want to investigate the walls where you stand, go to 411. If you want to try climbing up the nearby shaft, go to 404. That'd be just taking us back where we are. To the west, you can see the top of a large chamber. To go to it, let's take a moment to check out the walls at least. Go to 411. Let's try that. The walls tell a bizarre story. Strange ceremonies are presided over by a tall man with glowing eyes, while in the background, there are distorted kangaroo-like creatures bending forward as they gaze into open sarcophagi. The next section shows mummies rising from the dead and taking their place beside the odd animals. Return to 419. I don't know what to make of that, but I think we should keep going. All right. To the west to see the top of a large chamber. Let's sort of take a peek at that chamber. Go to 418. So climb down. We saw here on the walls pictures of like kangaroos and then mummies taking their place next to the animals. And we're gonna just see if we can take a look at 418. You're in a large, dimly lit circular chamber. The Carpathos device is in the wall. What? Whoa. Whoa. All right. If it's after November 20th, go to 429, but it is not. If it is on or before November 20, go to 405. All right. You sneak down the steps. The chamber is unlike anything you've seen before. The lower walls are smooth, almost mirror-like, yet all light seems to disappear into them. The upper walls display reliefs of strange creatures fighting over some important prize. Many actual attendees stand on the floor below. 5 tall figures with grayish skin and hollow eyes stand beside a short Arabic-looking man whose eyes glisten in the shadows. Well away from the torches, you see other shapes, long-legged animals of some obscene kind. Make a sanity roll and either lose 1 or 1d6 sanity points for witnessing this scene. So, starting with Ernest Holt, going to his ever-falling sanity. Woof. Has a 38, but he rolls a 94, so he's going to lose a d6 of sanity. Let's call it 5. Just going crazy in real time. Okay. Let's mess with... Oh, nope. I don't know what that roll was. I don't know. Anyway. I think let me bring Holt back up because I think I checked a box by accident. Let me uncheck these. Okay, let's check Jahark, see how Jahark's doing. Jahark's got a sanity of 42 because he took a really big hit with that mirror. He rolls a 23, so Jahark's only going to lose 1. I'm going to unlock that, change that sanity from a 42 to a 41. Lock it back up. We're good to go. We're going to say the translator is really falling apart. It's could go at any moment. Okay. The short man turns and faces the solemn creatures. You don't understand the words he speaks, but his meanings are clear in your mind. The hour has arrived, my master. The time for the city of the old ones has come. Now your kingdom shall be greater than Mu, greater than Atlantis, and we shall be with you, not as mere servants, but as lords. The man turns and faces the wall. Then you see the Carpathos device gleaming in the subdued light. The man touches the wall, and an opening appears, as dark as the pit to hell. The man inserts the device, and the whole wall seems to part. A shaft of prismatic light arcs into the room, swirling around everyone. The man screams, and you see a glistening silver top appear, hovering in the air. As the top waits there, the man shakes and quivers with extraordinary violence. His flesh seems to melt from his bones until he becomes a horrifying mass of pulsating material. A sickening foul odor fills the room while you hear mental messages again. Into the pit, the icy pit where the old one lies. Into the pit, and once more all of life must die. Where all is north, he will come forth, the top will spin, the Lord will grin. Into the pit, into the pit, into the pit. The top is taken by the pulsating mass. The fleshy mass then begins to reform itself into a man, but a different, taller one. You can't make him out. You do perceive that the top is to be taken somewhere, but now all you can understand is Starkweather, more. Make a sanity roll and lose 1d6, 1d20 sanity points from witnessing this scene. Oof. Start with Jahark just because it's right here. We got a 47. He rolls a 17, so he's going to lose a d6. Oh, 6. We're down to 41 to a 35. Let me unlock this. And now 35. Lock that back up. And let's see how old Ernest Holt's doing. 33. Rolls a 36. Fail. Again, you can't use luck to correct a failed sanity check. So this is going to be a full-blown D20, baby. Lose 1. That could have been a lot worse. Okay, let's make that a 32. We hold our nerves. It's getting bad. It's getting really bad. It's like a what is going on? The things that are possible in this universe in the name of evil are far beyond anything we could have possibly imagined, and it's really starting to hit hard. The translator, the TA from the university, just might be smelling a little bit of fecal. It's getting to the point where just shitting pants is on the table. Okay. Whether sane or insane, if you have dynamite, you can try and seal up this horror show forever. If you can make a successful throw roll, you throw the dynamite and cause the ceiling to fall, tumbling down on everyone within the chamber. If you fail the throw roll, you do much damage, but the monsters and the man somehow escape to chase you as you retrace your path. If you are screaming, if you try... Okay, so here's the thing. I said that I went to the store and we provisioned up. Would that include dynamite? Like, would you sit there and say, like, you know, we're going to need a lantern, rope definitely, make sure we have plenty of food and water. What if we need to blow the shit out of everything? Is that something that would have happened? And so what I'm going to do that is I'm going to make a luck roll. My luck is currently 9, and I'm going to make it hard. I'm going to make it, no, not hard. I'm going to make it with a penalty. Because it seems unlikely that I would have thought of it. But if for some reason, you know what? I'm just going to make it a straight 9. No penalty. It just, my luck shit. So if I thought of it, I thought of it. But a luck of 9, I rolled a 69. Dirty. So I did not bring dynamite. What if you don't have dynamite? If you're screaming, if you tried throwing dynamite and now have monsters on your tail, there are mummies after you. What if I don't do any of that? Okay, if you succeed, you remain silent. Okay, so we're silent. Okay, so, looking at this, so there's a way, like, we could get chased by the monsters. We hold our shit together, so we're not screaming. So we don't have to be chased by the monsters, but what do we do? So if it just happens, it just happens, right? Like, I don't understand what, So if you're screaming, you try throwing the dynamite, and now have monsters on your tail, there are 1d6. So I'm wondering if there's a word missing. If you are screaming, and I would say, or you tried throwing dynamite, and now have monsters on your tail, there's 1d6 mummies after you. Retrace your steps, trying to get back to the entrance. Need to make a number of fighting or dodge rolls equal to the number of mummies chasing you. If you fail one of these rolls, make a luck roll. If you fail the luck roll, you're killed. But I'm not sure what happens if you just watch this and don't do anything. I mean, I assume we make our way back, but to what end? Why would I have dynamite? That's the question. I have shotguns, I've got revolvers, got a special ring, I've got phrase books. But I did not think to buy dynamite, and I used a luck roll to see if I had it. Like you might in like a Forged in the Dark thing where you can, or use a Benny where you can sort of use it to change the narrative a little bit. But what we're going to do is we're going to pause there. That's where we're going to pause for this session. I'll try and figure out what happens next. Maybe we just go back. Maybe we just keep exploring the pyramid. But this... I don't know what to do. So, yes, but regardless, I'll try and figure out what happens next. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we blew it? I have no idea. But I feel like we should be able to go on somehow. Like, we've gained new information. The bad guy's plot has advanced, but I feel like we should be able to keep going somehow, right? So I'll figure that out. So again, it's a slightly shorter session, not as bad as last time, but thanks again for checking this out. This has been Blackcloud's Trivia Night, playing Alone Against the Dark, defying the Triumph of the Ice for Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition. Solo adventure. Again, like I was saying, like I really like... I've never experienced this kind of stuff in a solo RPG. You know, I've made maps myself and sort of added the detail, but I like this kind of stuff. This is like really feels like old school RPGing. I'm a big fan of it. So if you're watching this, you've already found our YouTube channel. If you want, like and subscribe. Hoping we're going to get the full band back together very shortly, so it won't just be me, you know, pumping these out. We'll start mixing it up again with some different stuff back in the rotation. For audio versions of what we do, just search for Blackcloud's Trivia Night wherever you get your podcast, and we should show up for these actual plays and any RPG discussions that we do. We sometimes stream on Twitch, like different stuff. I sometimes put up CRPG stuff on Twitch or here on the channel. If you want to check that out. We have a Discord if you want to jump in. And otherwise, really appreciate everybody who checks these out, and take care. Thank you. The music during the RPG session in Foundry was provided by the Foundry module Tabletop RPG Music and composed by Ian Fisher. You can find his Patreon at www.patreon.com/tabletop RPG music, all one word.